Todd Snider, a renowned singer, songwriter, and storyteller from Nashville, who played a significant role in the alt-country and Americana music scenes, passed away on Friday at the age of 59. Rolling Stone has confirmed his death. While no specific cause was provided, it was reported that Snider had been diagnosed with pneumonia earlier this week. He wrote songs that felt like old friends, with razor-sharp humor, rumbling roots rock grooves, and a down-husty-earth honesty. Todd Snider carved out a unique spot in American songwriting, from Portland to Texas, Memphis, Nashville, from bar gigs to worldwide touring. This is the story of Todd Snider. Todd Daniel Snider was born the 11th of October 1966 in Portland, Oregon, and grew up in nearby Beaverton. After high school, 1985, he moved to Santa Rosa, California, attended for one semester, and learned harmonica there. Then, with help from his brother, he relocated to San Marcos, Texas, where a live show by Jerry Jeff Walker inspired him to begin writing songs the very next day. He later landed in Memphis, the Daily Planet Club, and built up his craft as a songwriter and performer. Narration cue. Emphasize the wandering troubadour vibe, the restless drive, the DIY spirit. In 1994, Snider released his debut major album Songs for the Daily Planet on the Margaritaville Divided by MCA label. That album included a hidden track, Talkin' Seattle Grunge Rock Blues, which got modest radio play. He followed up with subsequent albums on MCA. Then in the early 2000s signed to the independent label run by John Prine, Oh Boy Records. It was during this phase that he honed his blend of folk, roots rock, alta country, with lyrical wit and storytelling. Narration cue. Talk about his refusal to simply chase radio hits and how that shaped his career. Snider's songs often combine humor, social commentary, and personal reflection, vulnerable and entertaining at the same time. For example, the album East Nashville Skyline, 2004, includes songs like Age Like Wine, Tillamook County Jail, etc., reflecting on life, missteps, and redemption. He wasn't afraid to address politics, culture, drug use, rock lifestyle, but always with his off-fluke kilter humor and humility. For instance, in a 2019 interview, he describes being a roaming drifter with a pocket full of songs, stories, and a guitar. Narration cue. Show how his live shows are as much about stories and banter as about music. Agnostic Hymns and Stoner Fables, 2012. His 11th studio album, a politically weddinged, socially aware set. In 2013, he co-founded the supergroup Hardworking Americans with Dave Schools, Neil Casal, etc. They released their self-titled debut in 2014. In 2021, he released First Agnostic Church of Hope and Wonder, where he took on almost all instruments and blended funk, folk, and roots. In October 2025, he released High, Lonesome, and Then Some. He had begun a tour in support of this album. Narration cue. For each album mentions stylistic significance, standout tracks, how it fits his evolution. Snider has long embraced the life of a traveling musician, on the road, small venues, connection with fans. In a 2019 interview, he said, "It's not a golden ticket. The less you need, the better." He has talked openly about past substance use, band life, and how the road shaped his worldview. His persona: barefoot musician, storyteller, mixing songs, and stage banter. Narration cue. Emphasize the authenticity, the DIY spirit of his career, rather than big stadium fame. While precise numbers are rarely confirmed for such artists, one estimate in 2025 suggests his net worth sits in the U.S. $1.5, $2 million range, factoring in album sales, live shows, Songwriting royalties and merchandise. His income sources: albums, touring, songwriting, including songs covered by other artists, merchandise, his own label, Aimless Records. Narration cue. Mention that for many Americana artists, the road and the catalog are the critical long-term assets. In 2025, Snider experienced a serious incident. A violent assault outside a Salt Lake City hotel forced cancellation of tour dates. He had also publicly spoken about health issues, for example, spinal stenosis. Despite these setbacks, his legacy is strong, recognized as one of the greatest songwriters of his generation by many. Songs he wrote have been covered by major artists. For example, Trouble was recorded by Mark Chestnut, reaching the country charts. Narration cue. End this chapter with how his influence extends beyond his own albums into songwriting, Americana roots, and the touring spirit. From Portland to Nashville, from humble bar gigs to a 3-decade career, rich in songs, stories, and miles, Todd Snider wrote the songs you heard when you needed them and left the road a little more honest for those who followed. His legacy? A ramblin' troubadour with a guitar, a story to tell, and the kind of songs that stay with you. If you're hearing this now,